Hello, it's Diane. I've got a pretty big haul to show you. It didn't cost me much money. I got some really good deals. I went to the flea market today, right down the road from me, and came back with some really good stuff. But the good thing is, I will be sharing much of it. I am grateful that God is putting things in my path that I can put into my shop. Since I left my part-time job, he has just been affirming over and over that I made the right choice, and he's been really taking care of me via my shop. I'm working hard for it, but it's work that I love, and what a difference it makes. So thank you all for your wonderful support, and take a look at these goodies, and it'll be a while before they're in my shop. I have to focus on getting some custom order journals made. And these will take some effort to prepare for the shop, but I can't wait to dig in and actually see what's here, because I don't even know what I got for much of it. So, my daughter is going to be coming over to have lunch with me. She started texting me right after I got this all set up to record. So I told her to let herself in, and I would stop this video when she got here. So I'm not sure when she's going to come, but it won't be long. So I'm just going to get started. First, I'll show you, you see, these big brown bags of fabric. They were $1 each, and they're vintage fabric. All I saw was what was on top. I didn't even look to see what else was in there. There may be lots of things in there that I don't even want, but I couldn't resist that for $1, because the things on top look like nice vintage fabric. But I'm going to start with some of the things that I know what's there. I paid $2 for this box of flinch cards. Now this looks backwards to me. Did I do something wrong with my camera? Maybe it won't be backwards on the once it's uploaded. I don't know. But they're just old flinch cards. You can see how old they are. So I will be putting some of these in my shop. Nice large deck of flinch cards. She said she has some rook cards too, but she didn't bring them with her today. This bag of books, there's 5 books here, and they were free. The guy just had a sign on them. He just didn't want them. He saw me looking at them, and to see if I even wanted to pick them up for free. But he saw me looking at them, and he said, "You want them? You can have them." And some of them have some neat pictures. This one is Psychology, a Study of Mental Life. So I don't really know what I'll do with this, but I don't know. I don't even know if I want to use the cover. It's not very good. But I thought, I just picked up all the free books there. This one is, can't even read it, The Government of the United States. It's got a nice cover. I could use that. Nice vintage looking cover. It's 1928. It's in good shape for 1928. And the pages are decent. They look vintage, but they're not so fragile that you can't make things with them. So I can use those for ephemera. The History of Western Europe. 1924. Again, the pages are in good shape. There's maps. Yeah, I can use the maps. That's an interesting page. Look at that. Oops, let me get it where you can see it. I like that page. Page from a copy of the Bible made in the 13th century. Ooh, look at that. So there are some interesting things in this book. One of the books has some really neat pictures. It might be this one. First Principles of Physics. 1912. Yeah, this is the one. Look at these illustrations. You know what? They remind me of the stamps. This one especially reminds me of the stamps I just got. The Tim Holtz stamps. These will be great for the science books that I'll be making coming up here soon. I love these pictures. Free. And this one has a really pretty cover too. It's a nice burgundy cover in good shape. Plane and spherical trigonometry. 1927. The copyright is 1910, but this printing is 1927. And this one has a lot of equations and things like that. Ooh, look at that. Old ledger. I used the back of it. That's a big piece of ledger paper. I used the back of it to do some math. That is cool. I like finding stuff in books. The other day I found a postcard, and an old postcard. Look at that. And a bookmark, and it was a punch card. You know, one of the cards that you get punches when you buy something, but it was old. It was vintage. I can't remember what it was for. So I kept that. Okay, what else did I get? I got these 4 little, I guess, I don't know if they're buttons because they don't have a buttonhole or a shank. But it feels like they're they're wooden, and this is crocheted around it. It's just beautiful. So I got 4 of those. They were $1. And I think the rest is mystery stuff. So I got lots of vintage fabric. So I'm going to start with this batch because all of this came from one vendor. This box, the cigar box on top, and all these books. Now, of course, I do know what books I picked out, but I didn't go through the box. I went through it enough to see that it's recipes. But these are the books that I picked out, and he charged me $20 for everything. All of the books and the cigar box and the box full of recipes. So this one is 100 embroidery stitches. I just thought that was really pretty, really cool, interesting looking designs to put in the domestic arts journals or other journals. Festive food decoration. Again, might be able to use the cover, but I liked the illustrations. Hootenanny. For a hootenanny party, you have turnip candle holders and cold cut a cold cut banjo. I got to get it where you can see it. It's a cold cut banjo. This is 2 slices of luncheon meat and celery, and gherkin pickle slices on toothpicks are the pegs. The skunk who came to dinner. Decoration. Oh, this is funny. Decorating potatoes, carrots. There's a seahorse carrot. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so that'll be fun. Then this really pretty cookbook cover, the International Cookbook, illustrated. I didn't see illustrations when I looked through it. Oh, that's a nice one. It says an attractive family dinner table. Our family dinner tables don't look like that today, do they? This is 1929. Here's another book of stitches. And I got The Joy of Cooking, so I can use the cover, and it's a big spine, so hopefully it's a little bit, I don't know, I guess it's not wonky. I can use the spine and everything for this. And this is a 1972 edition. Looks older than that. This one I already have 2 of. Must have been a popular book, and I used to own this myself back in the 70s. But I think this will be a really fun, bright domestic arts journal cover. So I grabbed this one. Look at that. Can you see it's a little teddy bear? Somebody traced it onto tracing paper. That's adorable. So I'm thinking I might make a domestic arts journal kit and put that cover in there since I have 3 of them now. Applique Made Easy. I thought this was a pretty cover for domestic arts journals too. You guys responded so well to those domestic arts journals that I know I can make more and not have a problem selling them. So that is really good to hear. This is another surprise find in this book. And the complete book of stencil craft. $19.74, but aren't these images really cool? Wow, that's a bold wall. Look at that. So that'll be fun. And I like the shape of this one. The book that I'm making for myself is one of these. It's not this one, but it's a Reader's Digest crafting book, and it's this shape, and I love this shape, so I'm going to make one to sell with this. There's some pretty pages in here too. Ooh, drawing. They'll be fun pages. This is awesome. Okay, so I got the books. I picked those out, and then I found he had lots and lots and lots of cookbooks and the little pamphlet type of cookbooks just in boxes. He's the gentleman I've mentioned before that just has all of his stuff in boxes on the ground. But when I found this cardboard box that I'm going to show you, I knew I wanted the whole thing. This is a cigar box. It's, you know, falling apart. I think I'm going to try to repair that and use that for just for storing stuff. And there's a piece of wide vintage bias tape in there. I don't even know what these are, but they're wooden sticks for something, and they're really cool looking. There's darning yarns in here on spools, and this is crewel embroidery yarn or needlepoint yarn, but what I wanted was this set of things here because I will put these in pockets in domestic arts journals. It's vintage embroidery yarn, or this one's wool. So this one's got a needle stuck in it. I just thought they were fun to include in journals. I like putting fun stuff like that in these domestic arts journals. So let's start going through this box. Like I said, I don't even know what is in here. I looked at a few things. I picked out this box and looked at it. It says Scandinavian cookie dates, cookie notes, Scandinavian cookie notes. And there's some recipes that somebody stuck in there, recipe cards. Woohoo! These don't look very old, but these are great in domestic arts or recipe books. So these are just little note cards that are so cute. Scandinavian cookie notes. I don't know why they're called cookie notes. Oh, because there's a recipe for spice cookies in there. That is so awesome. I wonder how many there are. Now the date here on the box, it says 1952. Wow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 notes. And probably that many envelopes if it's complete. Oh, that is awesome. I love that. I got this 8x8 card file, which is pretty dirty, but look inside. This is written on a piece of cardboard. Raspberry Jello dessert. Shop at Wegmans. Meat sauce recipe. There's some handwritten things, and there are recipes taken off of boxes. And out of magazines. This one looks pretty old. Actually, it says 1994. It's just that paper that ages quick. Chocolate chip bag. So, just a lot of fun recipes that I can stick in cookbook journals. Some of them are old. I love the handwritten ones. And they're on pieces of paper, not even index cards. Oh, this is a booklet full of coupons. They'll make nice decorations in recipe books. Really cool. Anybody else would have looked at this and thought, that's a box full of junk. But not us. Then there's this box. A hanging file folder box that she turned into like a magazine storage box. I didn't look in this at all. I don't think I need to keep that. It's from a belt, I think. Little recipe. Yeast package. Calories and weight, the USDA pocket guide. I like this envelope. The man said he had gone to an auction where he got all this stuff. He said, you would have loved that auction. So this is a packet of recipes from Wesson. Wesson Recipe Collection Series number 1. Cool. And I love the envelope it came in. 10-minute gourmet cookbook. Nineteen 1968. Brand name carbohydrate gram counter. This is old. It's from a pressure cooker. Best Love cookies. Microwave. Great meals in the microwave. Fresh shark. She even has a label from a Rubbermaid wastebasket in here from Ames. That store is not around anymore. This is dated 1990. Happy birthday card. For Dad. This is a label from a rose plant. So I will put that in a gardening journal. A metric book. America's Clock Watcher's Cuisine. Creative cooking in less than an hour. 1985. Don't need those. Oh boy, this looks interesting. Look at this. It's one of those accordion files. And it is stuffed full. I'll have to be selling some of this stuff, you know. I can't use this much stuff. So those are copied. Recipes, directions, and decorating hints from Miro. My mother used to have a Miro cookie press. Well, that's what this is. Cookie press. I did too when I first got married, and then it quit working. I haven't found one as good since. Ground meat cookery. One of those nice old cookbooks. Some more copied recipes. Fun in the Kitchen. From Rochester Gas and Electric. Making pickles and relishes at home from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Care of the Home Garden. Bake-Off Cookbook from Pillsbury. Handbook for freezing foods. There's just all kinds of junk stuck in here. Here's another scanned receipt from Ames. Women's Day Collector's Cookbook. Bunch of stuff cut out of magazines and newspapers. There's some handwritten stuff in there. So I guess you get the gist. It is a bunch of recipe junk. But since we make junk journals, that's just what we want. Let's see what this is. Looks like it's off a flour bag, and it has a Betty Crocker coupon on it. Handwritten on pink paper. That's pretty. Doesn't even say what it is. Has the directions, but it doesn't say what it is you're making. I guess you make it and find out. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. A timesheet. A pink timesheet. Somebody had trouble cooking. Left a note for Mom to fix it. Sorry if I wasn't in camera. Okay, I'll get through this. We don't have to look at every little thing. Lakeshore pumpkin label. If I can straighten that out and make it look decent, maybe I'll put it in a Halloween journal or a fall journal. Another recipe off the flour sack. I guess when my daughter comes, we're going to eat in the living room because I still have more stuff to get out. She'll be here before I'm done showing you the fabrics. I probably won't even start the fabrics till after she leaves. She has to go to work, so she won't be here long, and I'll be able to go through my fabrics. Broccoli cheese strata, written in hand, by hand in blue. Here's some recipes from Seiko cultured buttermilk powder. Here's another 2 of those pumpkin labels. And we got, turn this camera a little bit away from that mess that you're looking at currently. Bunch of books, Pennsylvania Dutch recipes, 38 answers to what's cooking. That looks vintage. Toast to Life, a no and low alcohol cocktails recipe book. Philly cheesecakes. My husband would have loved that. I used to like making different cheesecakes for him. Food freezing, the way to real carefree cooking. Cookie assortment. Fun after party. Stunts, gags, and mixers. Oh, that's funny. I'll have to read some of those and see how fun they are. Crescent Idea Cookbook, hot breads, recipes from Cuisinart. New England Cook-Off Cookbook, looks like there's 2 of those. Stir-fry recipes. Better Homes and Gardens. Just a bunch of recipe books. And my daughter just got here, so I'm going to stop this video and we'll continue going through all this stuff in a little while. Bye.